Guru team, and welcome back to what will be the last of the loot route survivors guide for the Svetloyarsk spawn group, easy version. Um, yeah, the weather has closed in a bit. When I was last here, it wasn't. There's a storm coming. It wasn't so bad. Anyway, Svergino is literally just around the corner. So we left Svergino, if you recall, and we're heading up the road to Severograd, and I can show you on the map. Right. Right. We left Svergino, and we're now coming up the road towards. This is Severograd, and it's not a bad little place to have a look at. It's obviously got medical there. It has a police department there, and it has a fire department, which is all tickety boo. It's got a couple of restaurant places. It's got water. It's got some industrialized areas floating around it. And it kind of goes up the road, and you can go up the road to a little village up here, and so on. We're just down here right now. The quarry is above us, and there's these two long sheds. I just want to quickly look at these two long sheds, and I think you should too, because some interesting things sometimes spawn in these sheds. And I'm not going to go down into the quarry itself. If you wanted to, you could go further up to Arsenovo. As I've explained on my version, this is my server, Arsenovo is not an easy place. So we'll save Arsenovo for a different episode of a different loot route. So, yeah, sorry about the weather, but there you go. So trust me, the sheds that we want to have a look at are up here. Well, honestly, not worth it this time around. And that's sometimes what happens. So we're gonna head back down to the road, and when we get to the road, we're gonna head on into Severograd. Now, I mean, at this point, this is sort of the last stages of where we've been heading, and it's kind of up to you what you want to get and what you don't want to get at this stage. And by that, I kind of mean how much looting around you actually want to do. By all means, you can certainly go and loot every single building in Severograd if pardon me, if that's what you feel like doing at this stage. I'm not going to do that as part of this loot route guide, because you'll get some things, and you'll spend a lot of time doing it, and it's entirely up to you if that's something you want to do. But at this stage, for me, it's really about improvements. If we can get an improvement, that's great. I'm in for improvements. If we're just continually doing it for the sake of doing it, then that's not on my great list of things to do. I kind of wanted to show you this because I haven't shown you this before. Zeds can't see into glass houses, greenhouses, What's even more amusing is they can't walk in through an open window. I mean, she's looking right at me. Hello. She can't see me. Not for toffee. So, if you're ever trying to run away from Zeds for any particular reason, and there's a glass house nearby, just run inside and shut the door. I mean, if they see you go in, they'll all crowd around and such like. But they just, I guess, whatever way they've built the glass houses, they can't see inside. No. Right. So from my perspective, we're just gonna go up the main high street, and I'll show you where the key features are, and you can obviously decide what you want to do from here in terms of looking for various bits and pieces. This is coming up on, I think this is the high school, is what this is. And there's a couple of things here by the high school you probably want to check out. Obviously got this little building here. I guess this is like the security building, whatnot. And it's got this little cluster of sheds. Nothing for us. I wouldn't bother with the main building if I were you. It's a bit of a maze in there, and you go up and down all through the floors as much as you want and find not a lot of loot. People traditionally use it for bases and things. Yeah, but loot-wise, nah, I wouldn't expend my energy running around, right? Sports Ground Kiosk. New holster. My holster is toast, so swap out old for new whenever you can. That's my advice. Still want to have my second in my hand though. Cowboy hat, some pants, some small ammo. A need for food. What do we need to eat? We probably need to eat some of our fish, I would say. So we'll drop it out, is the easiest way to do it. Apparently we're overloaded, so we need to drop it actually on the floor. I don't need to carry that baseball bat around anymore. Now we have our mackerel, which is dried but damp. I wanted to just show you this to show you how much you can get out of a single fish fillet. Wow, that's a lot. An awful lot more than you get out of a chicken. Now, I know I've told you about not running around after eating, but for the sake of expediency for this, I'm going to carry on and do it. But if you were doing this per serious survival, you might want to just sit in that little cabin for a little bit, and, chill out, ski. Can't zoom in any closer. So we've come up the road and we've snuck through some backyards, and we're at this little set of units here. So we're just up behind the medical. So we're gonna go and have a look at medical. Yeah, can't really see anything because of the fog. But the main road's down here. You want this little thing here? Police? Is that binoculars? Scorpion, some more pants. I think I'm okay with my leather pants, thank you. Got an SSG. What are we already packing? We're packing an SMG. So, no mag, sadly. No mag. I wonder if they'll get a mag for it. There you go. That's the spirit. windmills. We could drop those. SSG takes 54539s. Don't have any 54539s, sadly. But I'm taking it because it's a long distance rifle with a scope. So I always figure you should have a close up and a long distance, and the shotgun is more than ample for close up, for my purposes anyway. You don't have to follow my guidance on this. You can by all means do whatever you like. Totally good. We got this sort of industrial complex behind the fire department, and there's a bunch of various other bits and pieces you can find around the fire department. Things like handheld transceivers, for example. Different jackets. Oh, my jacket's looking a bit beat up, actually. How bad is it? Damaged. Got a gas mask, if that's what you're after. A jacket, gas mask filter. let's just repair our jacket so we don't end up getting too cold. Good, think we're all good, think we're all good, think we're all good. And sorry, the other thing I was going to do was show you the map. So here we are. We've come all the way up through the town, and we're now over at fire. I didn't go over to water. Sorry, I don't need it. So I didn't go over to water. What we'll do is I'll go there now, so I can show you what it looks like. This is the construction site, and if you just come up back at the construction site, there's a little tower. I don't know what you might call them, actually. These things. I don't know what they're for, to be honest. Little towers, and the water's here, right next to this tower by the construction site. So there you go. Let's maybe hop into here, into the tower by the construction site. So that's Svergorad. Sorry, you can't really see very much. The weather is precluding any great shakes about this kind of thing. So yes, so we're this little tower by the water, and we've come through, and like you've seen, there's a lot of apartments and various other things that you can go and have a look at. Some houses which may have some loot, may not. You can wander around, and it spreads out, goes up the road to Kamishova or whatever it's called up there. And by all means you can go have a look. But we want to go up the road, and we want to go up the road because there's a military checkpoint up the road, and I'm gonna call you in when I get there. I'll see you soon. Right, so rain again. Severograd is just down there, and this little military checkpoint is just up here. Sometimes they spawn a little bit farther out, so I'm just going to take it easy from here. Alright, no more, and that's jolly good. So, leaving behind that little peaceful oasis of calm, we're gonna head up the road towards Ratnoe. So this, we've just been outside, just around about here, somewhere next to these woods. And we're just going to head up the road to Ratnoe. It's just a straight run through, really. Ratnoe, because it is literally just the road and some houses, and then we're going to carry straight on through and straight on to Zaprudnoe, and our next big goal is these barracks at Zaprudnoe. Sorry, that was incredibly quick of me. These barracks, farm barracks at Zaprudnoe. The helicopter just gone down over there somewhere. Now, I should probably say, if you don't know, so when you do get wet, and it has been wet for a while, it's pretty important that you consider if you can wring out your clothes. I can wring out my gloves, because if you can wring out your clothes, you can get rid of the water. It stops you being so cold. The new sounds are quite interesting, but. These gloves are wet. Right, blimey. I don't think you can wring out this. You can wring out this hat. This winter quash. Yeah, I mean, obviously, clothes that are wet are heavy and they slow you down. But more importantly, when you're over here in the north, is clothes that are wet. They really cool you. So you see, just by doing that, wringing out those gloves and wringing out that, we've gone from being blue to just being white, and that's critically important. Perhaps the other thing that's critically important was we picked up blood bag. So if you're in good health, and we're in good health, collect some of your own blood. It isn't going to hurt you that much, I promise. And we'll collect some of our own blood. And if you have the IV starter, you can combine it with the IV starter to craft your IV blood bag. It's pretty handy stuff. If you take a walloping and you lose it, don't forget to pick it up because you do drop it. If you take a walloping and you lose some blood, and you go down to, say, you know, yellow blood or even red blood, giving yourself that infusion will certainly help an awful lot. The only other thing is pox. So if you are in a gas strike or near to a gas strike and you take some cuts and start coughing, there's a good chance that you may get pox from it. I've had pox before. It doesn't actually do an awful lot. It slows you down. It seems to eat your stamina quite a bit, and your character ends up with kind of a blotchy face. It doesn't look too good. But it certainly wasn't terminal for my character, and I ran around with a pox for days. But it does slow you down. So if you want to avoid that, what you want to do is immediately, as soon as you obviously patch yourself up from leaking, what you want to do is give yourself a blood transfusion with good blood, and the good blood will prevent you from getting pox. This is Ratnoe. We'll be moving on from Ratnoe, like I've said to Zaprudnoe, but I don't think we'll be doing it in the dark because it's not as much fun for you in the dark. So yeah, so that's Ratnoe. I mean, it's always one of those things. It's different on different servers. I've got so much food. I'm like, I don't want to pick up any more food. I've just got way too much of it. You know, just carrying on like this. We've got cans of food. We've got cans of drink. We've still got some fish. We've got cans of tuna. We've got baked beans. We've got strawberry jam still that we're carrying around. So I I'm overloaded with food, really, and I simply don't want any more food if I can at all help it. So I mean that's a great problem to have, isn't it? Too much food. And in terms of what we look like now, we picked up a vest, picked up some army pants. We've still got this quite bright day glow in the dark jacket, and we've still got this quite bright day glow in the dark bag, which is not super. It's not super, but it's doing its job for us right now, and that's okay. And we'll carry on, and we'll see what we can get when we move over to Zaprudnoe. But I'll do that when it's daylight. I'll see you soon. Right, here we are. This is Zaprudnoe, and it's just entirely straight up the road. So we just left Ratnoe and we just came straight up the road to Zaprudnoe. Now, one of the things I want to check is there's a couple of these houses here which are the kind of houses that are always good for the right kind of loot. What we are looking for here is we're short of 22s for our Mark II integrally silenced pistol. So it would be good if we could get some 22s. Don't know how easy they'll be to find up here. I got a pistol. That's not what we want. But a P1. Bag. Nothing in the bag. And we're also short of some either sewing kit or duct tape. Not a gas cylinder. So over here is where we're headed. There's a sawmill over there. There's a couple of houses. I mean, you know, go for it if you like. Bits and pieces. I've never found much in those sawmills, but I mean, around some of the industrial buildings you might find things. But we're definitely going over here. Right, well, we'll get out of there. We pretty much got exactly what we wanted, which is really, really good, actually. So just stand here. So we got the field jacket. The field jacket is awesome. I always try and go for that if I can. Best installation, really great stuff. You get a camo variant, a black variant, a tan variant. This is the tan variant, which is fine. We've got the combat pants, which is fine. We've got now the tactical backpack in the tan. There's also a camo variant, but that's fine. And our shoes are still in okay condition, I think. And we didn't get a lot of ammo. We did pick up this SK here. I didn't actually check. It's got rounds in it. So, I mean, the question is it any better than this? I don't think, because the sights on the SSG you can see are integral, and so you can't drop the sights off it. So we don't have sights on it, which is fine. Sorry, on the SK, which is fine for now. I think we can get them if I remember correctly, so we can put that over there. So the SSG, do we need it? Do we not need it? I don't think we do. So we can probably leave it where it is. We don't need then the what was it, 54539s, but we do need the 76239s. So I don't think we got 5439s. This was carrying 55645s, which do not need. And I think that's it. We're carrying this silenced CR75 because instead of our Mark II, we can use that. So we're hanging on to that as a little side weapon unless we find any more 22s for that thing. And we picked up some more shotgun ammo, and we picked up some TETs, which is fabulous. So we're looking okay, we're looking good, we're not looking too bad outside Zaprudnoe, which is why I always come up here to check that. I mean, obviously on a really busy server, and I'm sure I don't need to tell you, on a really busy server you'll find a lot of people coming up here and looting that place. I wanted to check the long buildings because those kinds of long agricultural buildings can spawn crossbows, which, as we all know, is my absolute favoritist weapon. So we're now done with Zaprudnoe, and we're moving on. Novaya Petrovka. So NWAF is over there, over the hill. Tizzy, this is the sign to Tizzy. That's the Tizzy village up that way, but not too far away. Up there is obviously Tizzy military camp. That's a mummy. Let's try and avoid the mummy, shall we? Bypasses the mummy nicely. That's medical. Blue building over there. Police, that's our destination. The water is over there by those two stalls, or whatever you want to call them. Just quite a few police out here. Gonna have to do a little bit of a run around the back of the police station again. Make sure the doors are closed. Don't want any surprises. This guy looks like a surprise. Got another gun. Anything in it? Yeah. 3 rounds. Take those. Scorpion police jacket with 919s, I think. Yeah. We can take those. We have a pistol with 919s. Got some gloves, combat gloves. Probably a little bit better than the gloves we've got on. Another gun. Take the ammo. 2 reasons. One is we can always use more ammo. And the other is you don't want to leave ammo for anyone else to come up behind you and shoot you with. Got a lot of ammo out of this one. And check the roof. So there we are, back to Novaya Petrovka, all the way from Svetlo, all the way down at the far side. Like I said, you got water there, you got medical there, we're standing on top of police, we just picked up a whole load of stuff, and you can go and do a whole load of buildings out the back. There's some of those buildings that are the red sort of raised off the ground buildings that are pretty good for various bits and pieces, and yeah, that's it. That's pretty good. That's Novaya Petrovka. So let's have a look at the map, and then we'll have a look at how we did out of this. So we started out way over here, you remember, way out here in the field in Svetlo, and we did a little bit of a run around Svetloyarsk, and we did medical and police, and we had a look at the train yard, and we did various bits and pieces there. I'll not run over those in detail again. We went up the coast to Berezhiki boats, where we did a spot of fishing, and got some food. It did us in good stead all the way up until the end of the journey. We came over here to Turovo, and we did a little wander around in Turovo, and back down to the military checkpoint. We came over here, Sinea Poliana, and we had a look around in there, and a fire department was where I got a fire jacket, which we've only just replaced. Novo Dmitrovsk, which is quite large. We had quite a large run around in there. I didn't really get a lot, honestly, to be fair. I would have hoped for more, but we didn't get more, and that's also fine. We came down here to Svergino and dodged the bear. Bit busy as Svergino, really busy. Came then up the road, checked out a couple of things before having a little wander around Severograd and having a look at medical and having a look at police and fire, and again, you know, all the usual suspects in Severograd. We came out the military checkpoint on the road, where we grabbed some pants and a vest. Ratnoe, which was just a couple of odds and sods, bits and pieces. Zaprudnoe, we went over to the military, where we finished getting ourselves kitted up and picked up the SK, and up here to Novaya Petrovka, where we've just picked up a whole load of various other bits and pieces. So how did we do? What do we think? I think we're looking pretty good. I think we're looking pretty nifty, to be honest, and we're certainly ready for the north. So we've got the BK shotgun, which is pretty good up close and personal. Not great over distance, but good for hunting dangerous game. I don't know if it is really. I wouldn't try and hunt a bear with it. I'll tell you that. We've got this, like I said, the SK, which is fine. It's an older model, like I said, but it is pretty reliable. It's still got the shots in it, so that's also not too bad. I don't know if we have a little look at how good a shot I am with this thing. He took a hit. Anyway, there you go. We've got the old shotgun, which probably isn't going to work much from this range now that they're all a bit agitated and noisy and whatnot. But that's fine. Got ourselves a vest with a grenade on it, which is also good. We got the coat, which is fabulous. We got a rope belt. Got some pants. Got ourselves a good tactical backpack, which holds quite a bit of space. 63. I like it. I mean, I prefer the hunter's backpack in terms of profile, but it holds the same amount. We got the coif, which is keeping our head warm. We got a head torch, which we need. We've also got some warm gloves, although we can swap those out for the combat gloves. Now, if we wanted, wherever they are, they're there. You can swap those out for those, if that was your so way inclined. And we have got the same. No, we picked up these shoes, didn't we? We picked up these shoes, these trail shoes, which are pretty good. I mean, they're blue, which is a bit of a nuisance, but it's probably not really going to be a big deal. And we've got the silenced 22. We've got some cans of food. We've got a hatchet. We've got ourselves a blood bag in case we run into any significant difficulties. We've infected ourselves a couple of times when we got cut, just to make sure that we didn't get sick. We have some more cans of food, We got some multivits in case we're in trouble. We got a good water canteen. If we got a military style belt, we'd be able to put the sheath in the canteen on the belt, and we'd be away and laughing. We got leather kit, got more bandage, got something sharp, a compass so we know where we're going. We've got a suppressed pistol. We've got some tets. We've got some sharpening stones. We have some ammunition which is no longer of any use to us, but we do have shotgun shells which are of use to us. We've got a stack of 10 and a stack of 4, and that's it, and we're ready to go. So I mean, that's not bad. Like I said, as a run, not bad. Takes a little bit of time, I'm not going to lie. The loop in particular, Berezhiki to Rovo and back again. But, I mean, hopefully I showed how much it is worth. There are a lot of boats and you can get a lot of stuff. If you don't believe me, that's fine. You don't need to do it. You could just head up the road to the Turovo roadblock and start from there and take out that little loop if you wanted. But I do think it is worth your time checking out those boats. It can be a bit of a pain otherwise getting started. And once we got that food, we never needed to look for food again. We just came across it, which is great, and then we stored it. Eat the perishable stuff, store the canned goods, and keep moving on. So that's it. I do hope you liked it. Please drop a like. Please subscribe to the channel, and please click the bell notification so you know when the next of the Loot Route Survivor Guides is coming out. And I will see you all again real soon. Ta-ta for now.